Okay people, my HMO development right here behind me. I've heard lots about London HMOs don't work, you can't do BRR in London. Well, let's take a look. This is what we're doing right here. I'm going to adjust the camera angle there, sorry, ain't great. But what you can see is this is 3 floors up here. You don't get too many of these types of properties in London. So I think it's a real find. Got the keys last week, so the builders are weekend contractors. Let's see what they've been up to. Okay, not loads of light here, but that's all good. So this is the garage that you saw at the front of the property. So obviously this was an external garage. The front door here, they've taken it off. We're going to turn this into the first bedroom. So it's a pretty big bedroom. I mean, it might be a little bit difficult to tell. I'm just going to swing it around so you get some light there. But this is going to be ensuite. We're going to have a little kitchenette. What we're doing here is digging foundations because obviously we've got a brick cavity wall going in at the front. We're going to have the ensuite on the right hand side, so there's some ventilation and have a window. Then we're going to have obviously the window to the room, giving light to the bedroom on the left hand side. We've had to dig foundations, and when you get building control involved, which we've had to on this occasion because this needed planning. I'll tell you about that a little bit later. A bit of a ball ache, but it needed planning. We have to dig foundations, right? This is a wall that's not going to bear any load at all, not going to bear any weight, but because they're quite picky and they make you do some quite random bizarre things, everyone that deals with council knows about that. So we had to dig foundations, and we've got the guy coming in just to sign that off in a day or two. Yeah, but this is room number 1. I'm liking the progress. People, so now we are in the body of the property. Yeah, so come take a look. Actually, let me just show you first. So the garage we were just in, this is the door, right? So first bedroom, so you just walk in, bang, on your right hand side. You're gonna have a nice little ensuite there, so I think people are gonna like that. You've got quite a big hallway here, right? Nice big wide stairs going upstairs to the upper floors. We'll check those out in a second, but these properties look small from the front, but they're old. I think they're like 70s build. 3 floors, there's a lot of space, yeah? So these old kind of townhouses, real lot of space. That means that, you know, I don't have to put an extension on, I don't have to go up into the loft. The footprint, the existing footprint of the property lends itself really nicely to a 5-bedroom HMO. What I'm showing you now is the living space, right? Obviously it looks like a building site, but this was, well, we'll put a picture up in the corner. This was where, you know, you had the sofas, the French doors. We're going to turn this into the kitchen. Nice big kitchen diner, double sinks, double ovens, loads of facilities for everybody. And then we're going to use the back part of the property, which was the kitchen, as a bedroom, because you get the natural light here. We're going to again turn that into an ensuite with their own tea station, you know, little kitchenette thing, so people can store their own food and dishes. It just helps the management of a HMO. I manage loads of HMOs, and trust me, it's one of the things that you hear about most. Someone's taking more food, someone's not cleaned up in the kitchen or bathroom. Well, this takes away all of those problems. So yeah, looking forward to it. That's the ground floor. First floor, let's go to the bigger bedroom. But what you can see behind me is the dividers, right, for the off-suites. So every room has their own private bathroom. These ones, because of the layout, it just worked out nicely to have them as 2 off-suites. What you can see here, if I angle the camera around a little bit, is we've taken a little bit of footprint of this back room, rear room, because it's a little bit bigger. It's still going to be well over 10.5 square meters. So over time, I'm trying for an additional person to stay in this room. Watch this space, we'll talk about that later. What you can see is the wiring has started. So a lot of progress in week 1 actually. It's looking like more than just a building site. You know, some of the timber frames have gone in for the stud walls. You can see wiring up here, hanging out. So the guys are really cracking on. We've got a 3-month timeline for this, but if we get it done sooner, save me some of that bridge funding. You've got again second ensuite here. Just have to watch the floor because I don't want to be falling through there. And then you've got the front bedroom, slightly smaller, but still a really good size. I think we'll still get over that 10.5 square meters in here. And yeah, you've got the kitchenette there. You've got a fitted wardrobe already in here, so that saves some space, which is great. So yeah, that's rooms number 3 and 4. Nearly fell in the hole there. Right, so you've got loft space now. So top floor. So this is what I was saying, existing footprint of the property, yeah, fantastic. You don't get these in London, you get them like a lot in the Midlands, up north. I don't know that much about that. Why am I acting like I do? I've got one property up there, everything else is within the M25, which I'm super happy about because I don't really like driving that far. But it costs money, doesn't it? You know that. Yeah, so you've got a lot of space up here on the loft. This was where the bathroom was, and here you've got some like cupboards. So we're going to use this space to put our boiler, our mega flow or whatever water tank we decide to get. Need a nice big water tank, like 350 litres upwards, maybe 500 litres. I'll get consultation from the plumbing guys. We're going to fit that in this space, and we're going to have the bathroom. I mean, it's really difficult to tell, isn't it? Everything's looking like a building site, but we're going to have the bathroom here on this side. This is the door frame, so you know, if you can make head nor tail, but hopefully it'll make sense once everything's fitted in, and then you can see the before and afters. And again, so loft room, really nice high ceilings, lots of light, big room here. It keeps people happy, I find, right? We probably could have squeezed a 6th room in here, got a 6-bedder, but I'm not greedy. I want people to be happy. I want people to stay for a long time. I don't want the headache of people turning over and all the time. We ain't made our minds up on whether my HM are going to manage this ourselves or pass it over to someone. Still working that out. I think we probably will end up managing it because we've got some really good contracts, really good contacts, and hopefully we'll get some good numbers, but we'll tell you about that a little bit later. So week 1, I didn't take a day 1 video. That was a bit amateur for me. So listen, we're still learning. But hopefully you can see the progress after week 1. We'll put the pictures up of what day 1 looked like. The guys are doing really well. Another fitted wardrobe here with a loft, save some space. So yeah, look, I'll check back in week 2.